If I've ever spoken to you about fitness, you'll know I don't like going to the gym. Well, that leaves me with a problem, doesn't it? One of the other things you might know about me is that I love running, but running does nothing for your upper body strength. Nothing. I find the gym to be just like really boring, and I don't really know what I'm doing, so that, I never get a decent workout. So that's where climbing comes in. My friend James suggested it a couple of weeks ago. Today is the third time I'll be going, and every single time I feel like I get stronger. I really feel like I get a full upper body workout, and that's been pretty amazing, to be honest. Being able to go for like a couple of hours, pay a £5, climb, have fun with some friends as well, because it's a kind of a communal activity, whereas I feel like the gym just isn't. Being able to do that and actually have fun while working out is pretty good. And the other thing is, I'm not saying climbing is the thing for you. I'm not saying you should instantly go out and find your local climbing centre, but maybe you should think about changing the ethos of working out. Maybe you should think about how you can do it in a way that's fun. And if the gym is fun for you, if you like it, if maybe you like the sort of solitary nature of lifting weights, I get that, but I don't enjoy it myself. And I think it makes it infinitely more sustainable if you can, find something you enjoy. You might not be able to hear me now, I've got a windsock on this thing. Windsock? What the fuck's it called? Anyway, I've not got one, so it might be windy as fuck. So the other thing is, that's my old studio right there. The other thing is, climbing is something you can do by yourself as well. So you don't have to be let down when the other guys don't turn up or something like that. You can still go and do it yourself, which is another tick in climbing's favour. And again, I'm not necessarily recommending climbing. Maybe there's something else you can find that's just more fun than going to the gym. One of my favourite types of exercise used to be squash, but the problem with that is it needs two people to play it, and if you can't find a time that works for both of you, then you're kind of stuck. Then there's things like team sports. I love team sports. I used to play rugby. I played rugby for years, but it was tough on my body. I injured myself quite a lot. The thing about it though is, because you're relying on even more people, you don't get let down, because everyone's got to be there on a Sunday. Everyone's got to be there at the same time. If some people don't turn up, it's fine. There's usually more to cover. Just spotted a guy I know from high school. There are also some different ways to look at exercising, and I think what I'm doing at the moment is different to what I was doing in the past, in a good way. I think a lot of the time working out gets associated with punishment, and that's why people don't do it as much. It's sort of associated with not eating as much. It's associated with like pain. But if you find something that's fun, if you find something that's enjoyable, sociable, easy for you to choose to do, then that's going to be more sustainable. And I think if you're exercising just to keep general fitness, if you're exercising in the same way that I'm trying to at the moment, where it's just continued activity, then eating becomes less of something to worry about. You kind of, I think the eating well sort of follows good exercising, good sort of fitness. For some reason, for a lot of people, it seems to just slip into place once you sort out the exercising side of it. And I think the other side to it is start small, start easy, build a habit first. Don't go straight in with like the hardest exercise. Don't go straight in with the most brutal form of fitness. Start something that's going to stick with you. Start something simple. It's like that thing about flossing. Like, choose to floss one tooth every day, and build the habit, because eventually it'll just become second nature and it'll become easy to do the rest of the mouth. That works, doesn't it? I'm gonna stick with that one. See ya. Climbing done. Remember to stay hydrated. I'm not trying to be preachy by saying like you should work out. I'm saying if you want to work out, if you want to get fit, if you want to just kind of feel a bit better, then finding something that's fun is a great way to go about it. Something that you'll stick to. Something that doesn't seem like pain or punishment. There's a good chance you'll start to hate it, you'll start to see it as a chore that you don't want to do. Even if the results are good, you'll stop focusing on the results, you'll stop wanting to do it. And there's something to be said for being consistent, keeping up with the thing. Like I said, if you've got some sort of target, this kind of exercise where you're just doing something fun, you're just getting active, is probably not for you. Like I say, get a personal trainer. I'll link to some personal trainers in Manchester. There's some great ones that I know that's super niche because you might not be in Manchester, but there's some really good ones. And I've got some other stuff to clear up with you. So I have a load of videos in the works, but I don't know, I've been lazy and I haven't been recording anything. Well, I have been recording, but I haven't been editing. One thing that I do have is I've got a load of like filming gear, like a little slider, a like glide cam type thing, steady cam, some microphones, all that I just don't use at all now. I'm wondering what you guys thought about me doing some little giveaways. Let me know down in the comments if you would be interested. I'll probably do a video on like using a slider and then give this one away. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I've started doing some things on IGTV. You alright? I've started doing some things on IGTV again. Can't keep my hands to myself. The exposure triangle. Laters. Just really quick, super basic, like photography tutorials. Like as basic as possible, so right back to like what exposure means and stuff like that, and exposure triangle, things like that. So it'd be great if you could check that out. Go have a look, see if it's any good. I'll link my Instagram down below. Yeah, that's it from me. See you next time.
Speak of the north, a lonely moor, silent and dark and trackless swells. The waves of some wild streamlet pour hurriedly through its ferny dells. Profoundly still the twilight air, lifeless the landscape. So we deem, till like a phantom gliding near,